Hi, everybody. This is Heather from Flavorful Tea and Fruit Company. Thank you again for coming to watch one of my videos. Or if this is the first time you've watched one of our videos, I want to welcome you. Now, I am fairly new to making videos, so forgive me if there's some things that I kind of stumble over. I want to make these videos as real as possible, so I do not edit them. But it's not the only reason why I don't edit them. It's also because I do not have the time to actually physically edit videos with trying to keep up with this business, because there are some kind of fun things that I'm working on, and it does take a lot of work, especially when I'm a one-woman show where I don't have any help. So today I wanted to give you a little bit more about some of our tea. This time it is actually a tea. It is a green tea that comes out of Japan. We call it our Tea-riffic trio. And some of the kind of visuals for this you can kind of see inside of my personal jar right here. You can see that it's a lot of green tea in there, but there is some blue and red things in there that are actually going to give you some kind of a unique flavor. And since I'm a huge fan of pomegranates, and I'm also somebody who grows pomegranates in Wisconsin in our greenhouse, I like to use those pomegranates in any way that is possible. Now, I'm going to start off by showing you a little bit about the different sizes we have, and then I'm going to show you what each of those ingredients are. And always remember, when I start with my ingredients, I start with the most amount of ingredient first and then the least amount of ingredient inside of our tea blends. So I'll start from the thing that has the most of it all the way down to the less. So if you find out that there's an ingredient that you do not like, you may still like this tea blend, but it is something that's not going to have a ton of it. I will sometimes even give you the percentages of how much of each ingredient is in the tea blends, as long as I know. And if I know, I will always share that information with you. So we offer our teas in our medium-sized pouches. This can make you up to 45 cups of tea. Then we have our small pouches of loose leaf, and they look similar to this. You can kind of see some of those ingredients in there too. Now this one is going to make up to 30 cups of tea. And then we have our individualized tea bags. Now these tea bags, you get 5 of them inside of this package, and each tea bag you can get 2 to 3 cups out of. So you have a potential, since there's 5 tea bags in here, you have a potential of getting 15 cups of tea out of here. Now this option is a little bit more expensive, and it is because it takes me and my mom a very long time to package tea bags compared to doing the loose leaf. And because of that, we do have to charge a little bit differently, because we do have to charge based off of our time. Now, let's get into the most important thing, the actual ingredients inside of this. There are not a lot. There are 5 ingredients in total, and the largest portion of ingredient is our green tea that comes from Japan. We have about 80% green tea in this tea blend. And one thing I like about this tea in Japan is that this is a full shade green tea. Sometimes they do partial shade green teas. And then sometimes you'll even notice that the green tea is on these stems. Now, this stem right here is perfectly okay for the green tea. It's not going to change your flavor profile. And if anything, the green tea leaves for this blend are actually fairly large, which is a little bit more unusual, but it still has a great flavor profile. Now, these are also something that we grow on our farm, and these are called goji berries. If you've never had a goji berry before, they are red berries that, when they are dehydrated, look exactly like a raisin, taste very similar to a raisin, but they're a little bit more sweet and sour. They're one of my favorite things to grow on the farm, but we have only been successful with keeping 2 plants alive, so I have never really been able to use a ton of goji berries in some of the blends. But goji berry does give you very much like a grape flavor. So if you like grape, you might like this tea blend. And then we have lemongrass. And many of you guys have seen lemongrass before, but it's just going to look like this. They look like little green sticks and stuff, but this is actually going to give you a very bright lemon flavor. It's not going to overpower your tea blends, so if you're somebody who doesn't like as much lemon flavor, this is not going to be overpowering in any way. And then this is where it comes in for the pomegranates. So there is actual pomegranate in here from our pomegranates, but what we use is what we call the arils of the pomegranate. So it's actually the seeds of the pomegranate. And believe it or not, that is going to give you a tiny little bit of a pomegranate taste. Because if you've ever opened up a pomegranate before, you know that inside there are a lot of seeds, but then there's like juice around those seeds, and that's what you're supposed to eat. But since you can't dehydrate those, we take the actual seed, dunk it into the pomegranate juice after we juice it, and then that is how we get that flavor. Now, the next ingredient actually is called flavoring, but that is actually what we do, what I just told you about these pomegranate seeds. We literally just make a juice, throw the pomegranate seeds right back into the juice, let them soak for 48 hours, and then we actually let them dry out. We actually do dehydrate these a little bit so that we can get that flavor in there, because once the pomegranate juice kind of soaks into the seed as much as possible, it will, when it's heated, it really gets in there. And then the last ingredient, and one of my most favorite, though these are a pain in the butt to grow, so just remember that, and they're very expensive to buy if we don't have enough, is these blue cornflowers. They're tiny as crap, but they literally are something that is such an integral part of a lot of our tea blends. We actually put these blue cornflowers in our Earl Grey Moonlight, and it helps make a more smooth flavor for the Earl Grey, because sometimes Earl Grey can actually be something that's a little bit harsh. This is not going to do that, and with those tiny little blue flowers, it's actually the petals of the flowers. They really do make a difference in the tea. It's not just there for color, it's also there for flavor. There is really no smell to them, but they do help kind of liven up the tea blend. If you guys have any questions, you can message me in the comments below, but also look on the description for this video, and it will have a link to where you can purchase this tea. And also, if I have this tea going to be a blend for the Appleton Farmers Market for the 2024 season, I will tell you which week it will be there. So if you are ever in Northeast Wisconsin on a Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. over on College Ave in Appleton, Wisconsin, feel free to come and visit me, because I do have 3 tea flavors every week based off of a theme. Plus, I also have a bonus tea flavor, and we have a whole bunch of other really cool things that are coming out. So by the time this video is posted, you may find out that there's some extra things that are being there, but it'd be a great way to meet me. And we also give discounts and a lot of really cool information for anybody who is a first timer. Otherwise, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you decide to try this new tea blend. And yeah, bye, guys.